Hillary Clinton is speaking out on the Ukraine crisis. She reportedly compared recent actions by the Russian regime to what Hitler did in places like Czechoslovakia and Romania. Her comments veering from the Obama administration. So could the comments be a sign she's trying to position herself away from the White House as she weighs a 2016 presidential run? Joining me now is our political panel. Chris Plante, radio talk show host of The Chris Plante Show. Leslie Marshall, a syndicated radio talk show host and Fox News contributor. Good to see both of you. So, Leslie, is she veering away? These were really strong statements that she made in California last night. Does she not want to be tied to what President Obama is doing right now?
Well, actually, I don't even think it has to do with the tie. I really think this is the Hillary that we have always known, even before she was Secretary of State. And whether she runs for president or not, and certainly if she's going to run, she needs to speak about it. And I think even as a former Secretary of State, some people call her Hillary the Hawk, right? I had a Democrat say to me yesterday, Hillary would not stand for this, that if you're going to a knife fight, you got to bring a weapon, and Putin's got a knife, and Obama has intellect and diplomacy. So I think it's right for her to speak out. And I don't think this reflects her relationship with her former boss, the president. I think this is exactly the way Hillary would approach this, whether she's president or not.
Well, Chris, that's a very interesting take, because she was known as Hillary the Hawk, still is. I mean, if you look at it from a political point of view, you might think that she's coming out and saying this because she may be trying to appeal to the more moderate Democrats or even the more moderate Republicans.
Well, I think she recognizes that the administration is being humiliated, and she wants to distance herself from what's going on now. But let's not forget that it was Hillary Clinton that was our chief diplomat for President Obama's administration for the first 4 years, who went to Moscow and met with Sergei Lavrov, who Kerry is meeting with today, and brought that ridiculous, Staples TV commercial reset button. And she botched that. You may remember it was actually the overcharge button, as Lavrov explained. But, now she's hitting the retreat button, and Putin is hitting the humiliate button. Of course, she wants to distance herself from this. But the Hitler comparisons are not necessarily inappropriate. One totalitarian is as good as another, I suppose. And Hitler wasn't really Hitler until he started invading countries.
But there's certainly stronger statements than we've heard from President Obama, Chris.
Yeah, oh, sure. Well, Hillary is, hard as nails, and Barack Obama's kind of a neophyte when it comes to these matters. Look, let's be honest, President Obama has botched every foreign policy entanglement that he's been involved with, from Libya to Egypt to Syria to Iran.
Yeah.
I can see why Hillary would want to distance herself from them.
Leslie, should President Obama be listening to Hillary Clinton?
Hey, I was a Hillary girl before he got the nomination, so that's kind of tough. I want to say something else, Gretchen, being that we are women. I do think that, especially if a woman runs for president, she needs to show that she can be as tough as the men, and I think that definitely is a task before her if she runs. I don't think that the president necessarily should be adopting her style. I think she's simply speaking out in her opinion and using historical reference.
Yeah.
I agree with Chris. I mean, obviously, if he's saying, hey, look, my people are hurting in Crimea like Hitler did, but she also did say she doesn't think that there's evidence to show that Putin's as nuts and would become a murderer like Hitler.
All right, Chris, I'm going to give you a chance at that question, too. Should President Obama be listening to Hillary Clinton?
Well, he should, and it may be too late now, certainly in this instance, he should have had a more muscular foreign policy all along. I don't think there's any question about Hillary's toughness going forward. I think that it's quite clear to everyone who's been watching this that she's a lot tougher than President Obama is, and would be tougher in almost any circumstances, diplomatically or in a back alley, for that matter.
Well, it was very interesting because she said the comments, they were not widely picked up, but interesting enough because we wanted to talk about them here. Leslie and Chris, thanks so much.